Hi guys, recently I was at Dong Shan. It's one of a nice small town which borders the Taihu Lake. So we went to this little boutique hotel, and it is designed around the original layout, which means that the traditional gardens, the bridges are all maintained as much as possible, but with some nice modern amenities included as well. So Dongshan is trying to be like a tourist town where they're trying to attract people to stay in their Mingsu, which is kind of like a boutique hotel concept. And this place is particularly comfortable because the staff speaks English and we can communicate with them easily through WeChat and ask for all the necessary details to go around it. So at Dongshan, besides staying at this resort, we also went to do things like picking waxberries and going to the islands to just have a nice hike around. So what's interesting about this place is that when we spoke to the owner of this boutique hotel, it's owned by a retired couple. One of them was an ex-banker, the other one does yoga. So what they are looking for is they haven't officially opened this place yet. In fact, we really know about this place because it happened that my partner's university was went there for lunch after they did some fruit picking activity, and as a result we requested to see if we can be one of the guests to stay there, and they agreed. So we managed to enjoy a pretty comfortable experience at this wonderful place. We spoke to the owner and asked them what's their intention, how they're going to publicize this boutique hotel of theirs. And it turns out that their niece is in charge of marketing the place. And when we spoke to her about what's her plan, she says she wants to target the domestic tourists as well as foreign tourists if possible. And her main mode of communication would be through the social media channels. Interestingly enough, in China, they don't use TikTok, Facebook, or Meta. Instead, their predominant channels are Douyin, Xiaohongshu, Bilibili, which is a YouTube equivalent, and to them, that is the entirety of their social media experience and platform. When we spoke to her, she was aware that Facebook and Google exist, but she wasn't sure how she should target outside the domestic tourist market, because in that area there are a lot of similar minsus which are also vying for the same business, looking for the same tourists to stay with them. So we asked her, if she's what type of target audience she wants, and as expected, most of the conversations veered around just publicizing it and hopefully the customers will come. So that is really the mindset of most marketing people when it comes to even tourist attractions. So we have a side discussion. So we gave a little bit of advice. Number one, because of the uniqueness of the location and the place, she may want to start exploring and talking to the foreign residents, or what we are better known as expats. Reasons because they are paid significantly higher here than domestic tourists. Domestic tourists are more well versed in terms of how to get around. They are more price sensitive compared to expats. An expat in China, depending on what you work as, can easily earn 6 to 10 times more than the average Chinese citizen. In that case, a foreign resident or expat would be a good target audience for them, because they really want to bring across not only the uniqueness of experience, but also on how they can bring a better holistic experience in terms of fruit picking, in terms of island hopping and stuff like this. So, a couple of go-to-market advice for them. Number one, market yourself for 3 key differentiators. The first one would be the fact that the owners are English speaking, which is a rarity in a lot of these minsu in the same area. This will really help them in terms of communicating with a expat, and it should definitely help them a lot when they try to publicize it in foreign websites or foreign social media. They can't access TripAdvisor, they can't access Facebook and stuff, but they can still go into Douyin and Xiaohongshu. As long as the content they produce is in English, the chance of getting a foreign expat to sit up and take notice would be very high. Number two, as you can see, the wonderful scenery also enables them to have this unique dining experience where the food is presented in a outdoor environment. So this gives them the uniqueness of being a kind of a combination of scenery plus outdoor dining, and given the right photographs, given the right images, is definitely the key attraction point. And last but not least, they should go and approach some of the universities around the area, some of the corporates, and start speaking to them on conducting some activities for the employees, especially the expats employees, who may want to travel out of the major cities, especially during the weekends or public holidays because of the crowds. They want to go somewhere quieter, and Dong Shan is a perfect place for them to relax, enjoy, without having to jostle with some of the locals during all these high peak season periods.